What's up guys, it's Average Owl making average content for the average viewer, and we are back again with another Battlefield 2042 tips and tricks video. Now, as we have already talked about how to get better aim in Battlefield 2042 and the best settings, I thought it was high time that I gave you some tips for how to actually win more gunfights in BF 2042. The thing is, you could have the best aim in the world, and due to the randomness of the bullet spread and hit detection, you might still end up getting bent over a barrel by little Timmy 420X going in dry. So today I want to give you some tips and tricks so you don't have to rely on gun skill alone. We are currently just 1,100 subs away from our sub goal of 20,000 subscribers, so if you do enjoy this content, make sure you let me know by slapping that big red button. So let's get on with it. Number 1, use the best weapon. Obviously, I don't mean use the PP29. What sort of tip would that be? Because every single person in the game is already using it and it is driving me absolutely nuts. No, the best weapon in the game is going to be intel, intelligence, knowing where the enemy is. And this can come from a variety of ways. A lot of the time, the best way that any soldier and any specialist can use to gain intelligence is by using the proximity sensor. This is such an overpowered throwable at the moment, because not only is it going to tell you exactly where all the enemies in front of you actually are, but also you're going to gain a hell of a lot of XP from using it. All you have to do is just throw that puppy in front of you and it will give you so much information about what you are up against. This might mean that you don't take the gunfight because there's 60 people in front of you, or it might mean that you can see that the enemies over a wall, for example, are so spread out that you'll be able to sneak in and take them out one by one. The thing is, in this game and a lot of first-person shooters, but Battlefield more than ever, is that you are going to run into one of two types of gunfights, and I like to call these either proactive gunfights or reactive gunfights. Now, a reactive gunfight is something that you might find in a game like Call of Duty, for example. This relies on nothing but reflexes and getting onto target and killing that person first. 9 times out of 10, that person will also see you, and so you're only relying on who can aim better and who can aim first at each other's head. This is a bad tactic to get in the habit of. If you're relying purely on winning reactive gunfights, this means that your kill death ratio is going to plummet and you're going to end up feeling extremely frustrated with the game. However, if you search for what I like to call proactive gunfights, then you're going to have a much better time. This means gathering your intelligence first, finding out where the enemies are, finding out what position, what cover they are in, and then going in and systematically taking them out one by one on your terms. You will end up having so many higher kill streaks, but not only that, because you'll be taking out more enemies per your life, you'll be doing your team such a big favor and you'll end up winning more games in the long run. If everyone in your team was only taking these proactive gunfights, then 9 times out of 10 that team will win. If you rely on reactive gunfights, then I guarantee you that you will lose. Okay. Number 2, take gunfights on your terms. So I want to envelop on this idea of taking gunfights on your own terms more, and I want to further the idea of sticking away from these reactive gunfights. What this means is you do not have to always finish a gunfight that you start. If it looks like you're not going to win the gunfight, or if there are more people than you first realized, there is no shame whatsoever in taking a dip. Jump off the side of the boat and discard it and wingsuit round the side. Dip behind that rock and chuck a C4 over it. You don't have to win gunfights fairly, and you don't have to take all of these gunfights head on, gun versus gun, mano a mano. Sometimes the best tactic that you can employ is honestly just be a little pussy bitch. Be a little pussy bitch, and if you don't think that you're going to win that gunfight, there is absolutely no shame in running away from it. The problem is, if you overcommit to every gunfight and just go in there full chad with your dick in your hand, 9 times out of 10 you will get slapped, probably with your own dick. So don't do it. What you need to do is be a lot more methodical and a lot more cutthroat. Take the gunfights that are going to be super easy to win when the enemy isn't looking at you, and then if 1 or 2 enemies are already firing at you, then 9 times out of 10 the best bet is for you to dip or take cover. And on a similar note to this, if you're about to engage in an enemy, whether he can see you or not, you must always think in your head, where is my nearest piece of cover? If things do take a sour turn, where can I run and where can I hide to get out of the way of this guy before he kills me? If you think of these games as more of a high stakes game rather rather than a respawn game like Call of Duty, and you think of your life as being as important as it was in, say, a Battle Royale, for example, then I promise you that you will make better decisions and you will always be on your toes. And before you get into any gunfight, you'll know your exact escape route and exactly where you can run if shit does hit the fan. And finally, number 3, understand your weapon. It is so important in Battlefield 2042 to understand the kit that you have brought out into the battlefield with you and understand both the strengths and the weaknesses of that gun. For example, if you've decided to go out with like the MP9 or the K30, two extremely fast fire rate weapons but aren't necessarily very good at range, well then you definitely don't want to be shooting that guy with a sniper rifle that's in the middle of the field. Be smart about what gun you're using and be smart about how you're going to use that. On the other side of it, if you're out with a sniper rifle, don't go charging full on into the fray and try and take on 5 people with a no scope and try and get like a 4-man, because although that might feel sweet and that might look cool, 9 times out of 10 it's going to send you back to spawn with a massive respawn timer and going to make you want to rage quit the game. So make sure that you fully understand the exact weapon that you've taken out with you. Obviously at the moment the PP29 is the best all-round gun. I'm getting beamed by this gun literally every second of every game. I personally have decided not to use it as much because I know for a fact that you guys aren't going to want to see gameplay with just the same gun from every single creator, the same gun that's causing you a lot of grief. But the problem is a lot of other people won't be doing that, and the thing is this gun is everywhere, and if you can't beat them, join them. I know this is a wanky tip because obviously it is the meta, but if you really do want to win more gunfights, then I'm sorry, for the time being, until DICE patch this and until DICE balance the assault rifles, the PP29 is going to be your best bet. That's not to say that other guns can't be viable, but you just have to understand where they excel and where they fall short. But anyway, that's it for today's little video. I really hope that some of these tips have at least helped some of you. I know for a fact that I always used to struggle with this and I always used to take gunfights head on, but as soon as you start to realize that you can be smart about it and approach these situations differently, I promise you, you're going to have a much better time in this game. Now, just quickly before I end the video, I do just want to say to you guys that I am so grateful for all of your support. I'm continuing to grind and get a video out for you every single day as best I can. I do just want to let you guys know though that obviously I am working a full-time job, so if the videos in the week don't seem to be quite the standard as they are at the weekend, the only reason for that is purely time. I want to get as much content out to you as possible, and sometimes things like the editing might fall short, and I do apologize about that, but I promise things will be getting better as the months go by. Anyway, that is enough of that. For those of you who have watched my channel for a while, you'll know that I love to see who sticks around until the end. So if you're still here, I'd like you to let me know by answering this question down in the comments. Would you rather have no forearms or no shins? I'm sorry, that one was extremely bad. Anyway, that's it from me today. I'm Average Joel. Peace.